So Justin, thank you so much for this $25,000 gift from Bank of America to the 2008 United Way campaign. It's a terrific gift, and we appreciate it. What are your thoughts about giving in this community, and how's that reflected within the Bank of America?
I think it's really reflected on our culture at the bank, from our CEO down through our management team here in New London. They think it's important certainly to have a representation in the community, and knowing that the New Haven community is really our future and our foundation allows us to really give back, and knowing that the community has been part of our success, we want to make sure that they receive our success and build from that.
Excellent. Now, I understand this past year you were part of the decision-making process around how some of the dollars were invested in the community last year. What was your take on that process? Was it useful?
It was useful. It's an eye-opening experience. I've taken part in organizations that have done that process before, and certainly giving that a lot of thought. It wasn't an easy decision going through those decisions, and certainly given the economic times that we're going through, and demand, as I'm sure, has increased, that we've seen. It was certainly, I think we really had to see where the value was going to put forward in giving that money and allocating it, and see where I think the impact would be greater in those organizations. But I found it valuable. I think it's important that you volunteer in your life, because when you give in your own time, I think you'll see more as you go forward in future generations, which is important.
Yeah, I agree. Now, we try to focus on really achieving outcomes. Did you feel that process was geared towards identifying the outcomes that we were looking for?
Yeah, absolutely, because it was very clear in how the requests were, I don't want to say graded, but the process that we took them through was very detailed, step by step by step. And I think when we all came together as a group and really looked at the overall situation, that process really, I think, worked itself out and be able to come in I think, a fair process to do that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we've, as you know, have decided that the best way that United Way can make a difference in this community is to be focused. Mm-hmm. And our focus is in 3 areas of education, income, and health. As you think about the education challenges that we have in the community, what comes to mind for you? What do you see as the challenge that we're faced with?
I think in the challenge I see in the community is the education needs to be, I think there needs to be a focus from a very early age through high school, that the kids have a direction. And I think whether it's through athletics or community programs that we look at as far as after-school programs, summer programs, I think the kids, to keep them, and that they have a focus in life, so they know that they have an achievement that they can get to through higher education, through athletic programs, through volunteering themselves, and understanding that importance as they get older, why it's important to make sure that they help future generations behind them as well too.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's we believe that it's a whole process. It's not any one institution's responsibility. Growing our children is really our community's responsibility.
Absolutely.
We have a fairly substantial challenge in the greater New Haven area around income disparity between the suburbs and the inner city. We have a whole lot of folks that are challenged because they don't have the skills that are required to really perform in a meaningful way in this economy. Is this something that you think we can get together as a community and do something about?
Well, I think so. I definitely believe that. And I think when identifying a program that would help that is really the key. And focus, as you mentioned, focus is real key. And I think focus on something that's realistic too. I think sometimes there are a lot of good ideas out there, but they may be unrealistic for a variety of reasons. But I think if there's a focus on how to do that and gain the commitment of strategic people in the community here that can help bring resources, mainly financial, and follow through, that will be the key.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
it's not an easy answer.
I think that's right, and there's no quick fix.
No.
It's going to take all of us kind of trying to figure it out.
Exactly.
You know? One of as we look at our role in health, we've kind of narrowed that to say that civic health is really the area where we can have the largest impact of mobilizing people to to volunteer, to get involved. Tell me a little about what it's like at Bank of America around volunteerism. Is it something that's part of the culture that people are expected or want to do?
Yeah, it is. I think it boils down from Ken Lewis, who's our chairman, that he believes in volunteering, and we are encouraged as employees of the organization of 60,000 employees to volunteer at least 2 days a month time. Now we have employees in our office that volunteer a couple hours every week locally here in the community or in the communities that they live in. So it is a culture, and I think that when you see the reward when you're doing it in the results, it really catches, and it's contagious within the organization. So it is promoted. It's certainly really, I think, a focus on our bank and how we distinguish ourselves, I think, from everyone else and how we do it.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Justin, thank you very
Jack,
much.
thank you. Appreciate it.
The name of this, theme of this campaign this year is Living United, and we feel a little more united with you on our team.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Jack. Appreciate it.